What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. In this video, I'm going to answer a question that a bunch of you have been asking, and that is for advice on how to game collect. So if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. Okay, so first off, I want to start off with saying this is no outline, there's no script, there's no ideas for this video. This is purely going to be based on things that I've done before and that things have worked out for me. Now, I'll talk about things that have happened in the past that were good and then have dried up and all that stuff. But I want you to know that game collecting advice is something that might help you, it may not. It just depends on how you want to collect and all that. So I want to first start off with that. So for everyone asking, how do I get started? What do I do to collect games? What's the best way to do it? There's 100 million answers, but I'm going to give you some advice that I've done. Things that have worked well for me and things that have just helped me, basically. So I want to start off by saying, when I'm recording this, this is during the coronavirus, and so a few of these things may pertain right now, but some of them aren't going to. Like, I'm not going to say things that you can't do safely. So I want you to know that some of these things have been done way before coronavirus, and I just want you to know that as like a forewarning. Now, first off, if we were talking 3 or 4 years ago, I would have said Craigslist. That would have been my all-time first go-to. That was literally where I was finding tons of stuff and everything was great, and I was just so thankful for Craigslist. And I was finding Wii U's, I was finding Atari Jaguars, I was finding Virtual Boys, NES's, SNES's, Nintendo Wii's. All the stuff that you would think of, GameCubes, you're talking PlayStation 1, 2, 3s, Xbox original 360s, all that stuff that's retro that could help grow your collection. Craigslist was great for it. But in the last 3 years, that's fallen off, and obviously Craigslist, in my area at least, isn't a good way to do it. But if you don't know what Craigslist is or how it works, basically someone who is wanting to sell an item posts on there and says, yo, I'm selling this. Maybe they might say it more professionally than, yo, I'm selling this, but you get the idea. I used to sell stuff on Craigslist as well, and it turned out to be really good. I found some people that sold games, and I met some people that used to buy storage units, and they would basically let me know if they had games that they found, and it just turned out to be a great place. But then it dried up and kind of moved over to Facebook Marketplace, which I think is a great place to look for games in consoles, but I think it's a little different. If I was going to buy on Craigslist, or not Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, I am going to look for bundles. I don't want to just buy one game for $5 cheaper than what I could buy it on eBay and have it delivered to my door. Like, that's just not what I'm about. I'm about getting deals, and so I would look for bundles. Whenever I go on there, I would search Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, all the broad terms first. And then I'd figure out what I want exactly. So if I want an NES, I would probably put NES in the search bar. If I want an SNES or a GameCube or a Wii or a Wii U or whatever it is, that's what I would specify. So starting off using Facebook Marketplace, just look in the video games section. Then narrow it down to say maybe Nintendo. And then narrow it down even more to Nintendo 64. And then you're going to see exactly what is there, what the prices are, and all of that. But when you're checking that, if you want to get a good deal, you gotta know how much the games are worth. So I use Pricecharting. Now, Pricecharting has its faults and nothing is perfect, but I think Pricecharting is a good baseline. If I have questions about maybe a game not being worth $50 and really it's 25, I'll go and search on places like eBay and Mercari and other selling and listing places in order to figure out actually how much the game is worth. So if I want to just baseline it, price charting, if I want to do more research, I will. But those are a good way to start off. If Craigslist is good in your area and it's not just the same 5 people reposting the same 5 games that they posted yesterday, then you should check it out. But in my area, I don't know why. I think because everybody has Facebook and it's easy there, it's just migrated away, and those same few people are posting. Now, I check probably once a month, and if I see something good, I'll try for it. But honestly, I haven't bought anything from Craigslist in probably 2.5 years, maybe, which is just crazy to think about. But Facebook Marketplace, I feel, is the better way to do it because that's a safer way, and you can definitely kind of make sure that you know what you're getting beforehand. You can ask for pictures. The person isn't anonymous, and I think that is the best thing about Facebook Marketplace, is there's actually a person and a profile linked to that, and so you can see, hey, what does this person look like? So whenever I show up, if it's a different person, maybe something's wrong there and I should just shy away from it. But I think it's not right to judge a book by its character or by a book by its cover or anything like that. But I feel like being comfortable to see that, yes, there's actually a person there and not someone else who could be scamming me is a good thing. So I definitely think Facebook Marketplace is good for that. Now, on the flip side, that does cause interaction, so during COVID, be safe about it. That's all I'm going to tell you. You should know what you're doing if you're on Facebook Marketplace and doing that. Just be safe, honestly. That's all that matters. And the next thing I'm going to say is something that I haven't done lately in a while, and that is thrift stores, pawn shops, and flea markets. Those are the 3 mainstays that I do quite regular on the normal days, normal weeks where COVID isn't a thing. I would hit up the thrift stores after work on my way home. Same with the pawn stores. Those are 2 places that I would look frequently. And if you go back to this channel a year ago, last summer, I was doing videos every week, maybe 2 videos or 3 videos of me actually game hunting. That's just not happening right now because of COVID. And then the third one is flea markets. Flea markets are probably the best place because you can bargain with people. So if someone has a Super Smash Brothers game, I just have it stacked up here, for $30, I can offer them 20 and they can either say yes or no, or maybe they'll respond with 25. And so that's where you could potentially save money, and especially if they have like 5 games and they want 10 bucks a piece, which is 50 bucks, maybe you say, hey, would you take 40 bucks for all those games? And if they're nice or wanting to negotiate, that's a possibility and you could save money that way. So when I grow my collection, it's always about trying to do it on a budget. I don't want to spend all the money I have on one game or whatever, but I don't want to get terrible games either. So like, be willing to spend the money, but also know that that game's worth 50 bucks, but if I can talk them down to 40, that saves me $10, and that's $10 I can reinvest in the game fund and maybe find another game. So the games on the shelf, you guys have probably seen them come and go if you've watched this channel for a while, but the games on the shelf are almost always not full price or not full retail, depending on if they're new for retail or fair market value for the used games and all of that. So I am always trying to get a deal, and I think that's one thing you can't be afraid of. And if anything from this video is going to help you, it is this: do not be afraid to negotiate. For me, I have friends, and for some reason it doesn't bother me, but I have friends that they're like, oh, well, that's a $100 game, I'll pay $100 for that and be okay. And I'm like, well, if I can say, be nice with this person and say 80 and maybe meet at 85 or 90, I save me money, they're still happy, and everything works out. So when you negotiate, don't be afraid to hear the words no. If you've got a game that's worth 50 bucks and you offer 35 and they say no, be like, Okay, that's fine. What's your best price? Is $50 your best price? Or maybe they'll go down to $45 or $40, who knows? But that money you can save there, it adds up. So if you buy 5 different games and you save 10 bucks each, that is $50, which could potentially buy you a brand new Switch game. Now I know they're $60, but you get what I'm saying. There is ways to save money in order to grow your collection, and that's really what this channel is about. It's about having fun, but also having like this way to gain a collection and still be able to do it on a budget and save money and make deals and all that. So I hope that this video helps you out. I know I didn't dig in too deep. If you want more of these kind of videos where I pinpoint 1 or 2 different ways I pick up games or something along that line of advice, comment down below and let me know. But I want to say that you can do it. Just get out there. Now, we're during the coronavirus. You might want to not get out there, might want to be safe. But under normal conditions, make sure you just get out there. Go game hunting. Whenever I was doing it regularly, I would hit up the thrift stores at least once a week because I would see what comes in and see, oh, that's been sitting a while. That might be marked down next week, or maybe it'll sell, whatever. But it lets you know kind of what's coming in the store and what to look for, and you can even make relationships with the employees and all that. So definitely make sure you're out there and being safe. If you go out during coronavirus, be safe. That's all that matters, really. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. Comment down below and let me know what you thought of this video, or if you want more. So I want to say thank you so much. Obviously, it means so much to me that you're watching this, but it really does mean a lot. So I'm thankful for that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you know when I post more videos, which is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And one more time, thank you so much for watching this. Now, if you are watching this during the coronavirus, the COVID outbreak, all that stuff, I want to say a few things. Practice social distancing, wash your hands as much as possible, stay 6 feet away from each other, and wear a mask when you go out. Now, I don't want to get political or anything. That's not what this is about. It's for you and your family's safety and health. So if you're going out, not only respect yourself, but respect others that are out there with you, especially if you're going to thrift stores or pawn shops like that you're going to go to over and over again. Just wear a mask and be safe. So one more time, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.